Rise up. I need you to ignite your nervous system right now. This is not just information, this is a transformation mandate. You asked for the single greatest reason you are stuck, and I gave you the uncompromising truth: you keep settling for a lower standard. But understanding the problem is not enough. Today, we are going deeper, into the neuroarchitecture of failure. We are going to dismantle the 6 psychological anchors that hold your standards down and replace them with the unshakable commands that build empires. Every moment of failure, every wave of doubt, every lapse in discipline is a signal that your internal architecture is programmed for a result you despise. You cannot achieve the 10x life with a 1x operating system. The difference between the successful and the stranded is not capability, it is consistency. And consistency is the byproduct of an uncompromising standard. You are here because you are ready to stop managing your life and start mastering it. Let's go to work. The habit of comfort and the extinction burst. The foundation of low standards is the addiction to certainty, the desperate need to avoid pain and maintain comfort. The 99% are terrified of the feeling of extinction, the feeling that an old, destructive habit is dying. When you try to raise your standard, e.g., wake up at 5 a.m., your brain releases a chemical cocktail of anxiety, dread, and resistance. This is the extinction burst, the last, most violent defense of your old, comfortable, mediocre identity. The failure mechanism: most people hit the extinction burst and retreat, reinforcing the old, low standard. They say, "See? This is too hard. It's not meant to be." They link massive pain to the new standard and massive comfort to the old one. The anti-comfort standard: embrace the fire. Predict the pain. You must condition yourself to know that when you raise your standard, the pain of the extinction burst is guaranteed. It is the proof that you are winning. Associate pain: you must shift the pain linkage. Link massive pain, shame, regret, financial ruin, loss of time, to the idea of settling for the old standard. Link intense pleasure, pride, power, energy, certainty, to the feeling of pushing through the discomfort. The 3-minute rule: when the burst hits, commit to only 3 more minutes of action: the cold shower, the hard task, the deep breath. Almost all resistance breaks after 3 minutes of focused intensity. Mandate: your comfort zone is a trap. A high standard requires you to live in the state of constant tension between your current self and your next self. That tension is life force. Anchor 2: the neuromechanics of self-betrayal, the wiring of low standards. Your brain is not designed to make you happy or successful, it is designed to make you survive and conserve energy. The reason you keep doing the low standard habit, procrastination, distraction, poor eating, is that you have cemented a neuro-associative connection, NAC, between that low-quality action and a temporary feeling of relief or significance. Example: you feel stressed, pain. You scroll mindlessly, low-quality action. You feel momentary relief, pleasure. Your brain says, scrolling equals relief. That is the neuropathway of failure. The master's neuroreconditioning standard: you must execute neuro-associative conditioning, NAC, to burn the old path and cement the new. Amplify the pain: take the low standard habit, e.g., procrastination. Amplify the future pain this habit guarantees. See, hear, and feel the ultimate, destructive cost of continuing this habit over 5, 10, 20 years. Make the procrastination feel disgusting. Create the new pathway: identify the high standard action, e.g., focused work. Immediately link maximum pleasure to the feeling of executing that action. Visualize the certainty, the pride, the financial freedom, and the contribution that the new habit guarantees. Interrupt and replace: the moment you feel the pull of the old habit, execute an interruption, a loud clap, a forceful movement, and immediately pivot to the new, pleasurable action. Mandate: your thoughts and actions are not random. They are a result of conditioning. Stop trying to fix the problem and start rewiring the brain. You have the power to destroy every limiting connection and build a new, unstoppable one. Anchor 3: the habit of emotional retreat and the mastery of meaning. You cannot be successful if you have a low standard for your emotional reaction to crisis. When a challenge hits, the 99% immediately retreat because their standard for the meaning of the event is toxic. This is happening to me, I am a victim, I am powerless. The failure mechanism, this victim meaning creates an immediate state of emotional helplessness, which then justifies inaction. The low standard is maintained because your story tells you don't have the power to change it. The emotional mastery standard, the gift of meaning. Meaning as choice, you must understand that meaning is not inherent, it is assigned. You choose what any setback means. A market crash is not a tragedy, it is a sale. A major rejection is not a verdict, it is data. The thank you pivot, when the setback hits, your immediate reaction must be to say, thank you. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for forcing me to become stronger. This single shift in meaning instantly converts a crushing blow into a powerful, necessary gift. Link pain to inaction. You must link intense pain to the idea of not learning the lesson, of not adjusting the strategy, of not taking the immediate action. The failure is not the problem, the failure to learn is the ultimate crime. Mandate. Your success is entirely dependent on your resilience, and resilience is the ability to find an empowering meaning in every event. The state of victimhood is a choice. Choose power. Anchor 4, the 4 pillars of decisive action, annihilating procrastination. The greatest symptom of a low standard is procrastination, the ritualistic postponement of high-priority actions. You cannot be successful if you continuously tolerate procrastination. It is a slow, methodical suicide of your potential. The cure is not willpower, it is a systemic standard. The decisive action standard, every high-level task must be launched using these 4 pillars. Pillar of clarity, you must reduce the massive, overwhelming task into the single, smallest, most immediate step. Procrastination feeds on complexity. Clarity kills it. Your standard, never start the day without identifying the one domino that will fall and knock over everything else. Pillar of leverage, the leverage standard you must define the massive pain of not acting and the massive pleasure of acting immediately. Use your greatest fears, financial ruin, disappointing your children, as fuel. Your standard, never start an action without first reviewing your why. Pillar of the roadmap, the modeling standard you cannot execute a high-standard task without a high-standard plan. Procrastination thrives on doubt. Your standard, never attempt a complex task without finding one model, one person who has already done it successfully, and deconstructing their exact steps. Pillar of fuel, the state standard you must be in a peak state before attempting a peak task. Low energy guarantees low execution. Your standard, never sit down to a high-priority task without first engaging in a physiological shift, deep breathing, intense movement, to generate maximum focus. Mandate, stop managing your to-do list. Start mastering your decision-making process. The moment you feel resistance, immediately check these 4 pillars. Anchor 5, the habit of isolation and the peer standard. You cannot be successful if you have a low standard for the quality of your relationships. The 99% fear the pain of separation and rejection more than they fear the pain of mediocrity. They surround themselves with people who make them feel comfortable and who validate their lack of growth. The failure mechanism, this low standard for your peer group guarantees your standards will regress to the mean. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If you are the smartest, most successful person in your circle, you are in the wrong room. The elite peer standard, the iron sharpens iron principle. The anti-validation rule, seek people who challenge you, who demand your growth, and who are willing to give you the brutal truth you need to hear. Their presence must make your mediocrity unacceptable. The mentorship law, you must commit to finding a coach or a mentor who operates at the 10x level you desire. Their job is to hold you to your highest standard when you inevitably falter. This is the most efficient investment you will ever make. The immersion standard, you must spend time, physical time, if possible, in environments where the atmosphere of peak performance is the default. Attend events, join masterminds, and seek out rooms where your current success feels merely average. Mandate, audit your circle right now. Is your environment demanding more of you, or excusing less of you? The moment you raise the standard of your network, you instantly raise the standard of your identity. Anchor 6, the habit of low contribution and the legacy standard. The greatest, most profound reason you are stuck is that you have a low standard for the meaning and purpose of your success. The 99% are chasing things, money, status, applause. These are empty, fleeting, and guaranteed to fail to provide fulfillment. Any failure to achieve these shallow goals is catastrophic. The failure mechanism, when success is only about getting, the moment you face a loss, the pain is unbearable because the failure is personal. You are building your structure on the sand of your own ego. The legacy standard, the unstoppable mission. The purpose shift, your life's ultimate standard must shift from acquisition to contribution. Money is not the goal, it is the resource to fuel your mission. Health is not the goal, it is the energy to execute your purpose. The unyielding mission, your purpose must be so large, so compelling, and so focused on serving others that your personal struggles become merely tactical obstacles, not life-defining tragedies. The mission is bigger than your fear. The legacy question, when you face a paralyzing choice, ask, what would the person I am committed to becoming, the person who leaves the legacy I desire, do in this moment? This question forces you to adopt the highest standard of your future self. Mandate, define the impact you will leave behind. Your standard for success is the number of lives you positively affect. Link your every action, your health, your focus, your business, to that massive, uncompromising contribution. The final, ultimate transformation, the identity standard. You have the code to destroy every self-sabotage pattern. The low standard is an illusion. The ultimate habit you must install is the habit of unwavering identity. You cannot be successful if you keep doing this, tolerating an identity that is smaller than your destiny. Your entire life is a reflection of your standards. If you accept less than excellence in one area, health, relationships, that low standard contaminates every other area. Your life is all one piece. The ultimate decision is not to have a goal, it is to be the person who executes the standard. I demand you make 3 ultimate decisions right now. Decide on your identity, write down, in the present tense, who you are now. I am the master of my state. I am the executor of my purpose. I am the unshakable force of my standards. Commit to the pain, welcome the extinction burst. Welcome the uncomfortable truth. Welcome the criticism. Embrace the feeling of being stretched. This pain is the price of admission to your next level. Take uncompromising action, choose the single, highest standard action you have been avoiding, the one that will cause the most resistance, and execute it now. Prove to your brain that the new standard is real. Stop settling. Raise your standards. Live your truth. Go now and build the life that demands your best self.